With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without it.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Fields on first down. And he finds Gronk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Got him in, it's Brashad Perriman. And he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2nd down, back to Sanders. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 yards on the 1st down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Jones. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. Throw right side, caught by. He's out at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. Now it's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. To throw is Brissett. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
They go play action with Brissett. In trouble, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Brissett's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Fields. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Fields. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. 7 yards, the pickup there. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A shotgun snap, Fields. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, it's Fields. Gets it to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Gronkowski. That catch good for only a couple.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Taff, it's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. Back
onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
On first down, Fields. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Here's Fields. Touchdown! That's caught. Josh Gordon. And the Voyagers are able to stretch out their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. London about set to take over on offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Gonna take a shot for Gallup. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Let's go! Let's go!
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And take it right on the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And once again, this is Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Being chased out left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 1st down throw. Fields able to get this to Gordon. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Fields. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Fields. Throw to the right here to Gordon. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To the air again, Fields. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A final shot before the break. Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the Motor City in NFC North battle. Detroit hosting Minnesota. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. The Lions looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Golden Tate, over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half from the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play fake, Brissett. And it's complete to Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Brissett to throw on first. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ingram. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's a 2nd down. Play action now. Brissett. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Ingram again. call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Brissett. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Brissett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Michael Gallup with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Monarchs have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Fields looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out comes Houston. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields. This one caught by Winslow. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Patterson now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Fields trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And he finds Gronk. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now it's Fields. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun. Fields. Nifty move by Gordon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting for...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On play action, Brissett letting one fly deep for Cooper.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Brissett now. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make a connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Rob Gronkowski, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Voyagers have retaken the lead.
And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
They'll look to throw. Complete at the 1. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Brissett on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
To throw is Brissett.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Houston's offense taking over again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Fields throw complete there to Perriman.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Fields on 1st down.
Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
They run with Sanders off the option.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Fields throwing again.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
69 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Sanders. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Voyagers are able to add on to that lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. It means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
Now Brissett into the hands of Cooper.
first down now, but the clock continues to move.
Brissett.
Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Here's Brissett. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up.
They go screen. This is Ingram. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Monarchs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the two-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
Yeah, they would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that two-point conversion. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Here's Brissett. And he fends him off. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a two-point game. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Another run here with Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12-3. And they will try to get